What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Lev Game, episode 99. This is the average man's perspective on football. I'm your co-host, Marcus. Joining me on the panel tonight is Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
Next up, we got Mark. Say what up, Mark.
Good evening.
As you can tell by Mark's blurriness on the screen, he's living up to his namesake today. Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Thanks for joining us.
They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
So yes, we are here on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night. You may have noticed, like, what are these guys doing here? Due to conflict of interest tomorrow, we have broadcasted a day early. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending Tuesday night with us. What was week? Was that week 12? Week 13? What was that in the book? 13. Week 13 is in the books. The playoffs is close. We got a lot of teams. I think they said like 26 teams, a game away from making the playoffs. I think I heard that, something like that. This playoff run is tight. We had some good games last week. I was like, we're going to have some good games coming up this week. Mark is hosting the show tonight. Go ahead and start us off, Mark.
Thank you all for joining us. We're going to talk about some NFL news first, get into a couple of hot topics, review our picks from last week's game, picks for the next week's game, and then close it out with our final thoughts. First, we're going to talk about the news of the week, and I'm going to throw it back to you, Marcus, to start off with that first story.
Sure, Mark. Thank you very much for handing it to me. Ravens coach Jim Harbaugh said injuries to his cornerbacks factored into his decision to go for the two-point conversion to win the game. The Ravens failed and lost to the Steelers by 1 point.
I think T.J. Watt had a little bit something to do with that one too.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Probably did.
Herman, you can take the next story, please.
All right. So Gardner Minshew was 20 for 25 for 242 yards and threw 2 touchdowns in the Eagles' win against the Jets. Despite his stellar performance, the Eagles are sticking with the struggling Jalen Hurts as their starter.
Look, man, the most popular dude on the only team is the backup quarterback. Let's not get carried away.
No, that's only in Philadelphia.
He had a chance to shine.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why to even start this because Minshew hasn't even shown you his body of work yet. No. So I don't even know why to even bring this.
But because you've seen enough of Jalen Hurts' body of work.
No, it's a Philadelphia thing. They've always been in love with the backup quarterback, and they need to pump the brakes, man, because it was against the Jets.
Thank you.
True.
Do that against a real team.
True. All right, there. Brian, take us with the next story, please.
All right. After the Lions got their first win of the season, head coach Dan Campbell gave the game ball to the whole Oxford community. He then read off all the names of the victims of that. We want to send out our prayers and condolences to the Oxford community, but that was really good, and I really appreciated that from him.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. Even before the game, they got with the Vikings, they wore decals on their helmets. Yeah. And also Dan Campbell showed his team some more personal videos of the victims, so they felt a lot more connected with them because of that. I thought that was a wonderful thing. That was really nice.
Yeah.
The last story in the news we got is the Carolina Panthers fired offensive coordinator Joe Brady on his day off. 5 games left in the regular season. How you get fired on your day off?
It wasn't even a Friday.
Coach had decided over the weekend that he was going to do it, but he couldn't get in contact with Joe Brady, so he did it the very next day, which was Sunday, which is crazy. It's crazy.
At least he had a good weekend off, I guess.
Yeah.
He didn't ruin whatever plans he did.
Yeah, Carolina was in a bye week this past week, wasn't
it?
Yeah.
Oh, he really did get fired.
So, Rule, is he more of an offensive guy or more of a defensive guy, Mark?
Offensive guy.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm wondering if maybe he's going to take more control of that offense, or
that's what he decided he wanted to do. He wanted to be the lead man of that offense now, especially now that his job is in jeopardy too. So yeah, he wanted to take a more of a leadership role with it.
But Joe Brady was what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name in quarterback in Cincinnati. I forgot his name. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's offensive coordinator that year. He had the big game, the big season, and won the Heisman. So
Correct.
He was hot coming out when he got hired, but I guess he'll be going back to college football.
I mean,
Yeah, like Red said, if they're telling you to run the ball more and you ain't doing it, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Hey, look, and we know Cam ain't audibling out of no play. He barely probably know the offense.
So I guess they're not blaming Cam for that horrendous loss to the.
I guess not.
Well,
I guess not,
is he starting this week?
Is he not?
I don't know.
I think he started.
I haven't heard
I
anything.
think he started.
I would assume he's starting with the money that they paid him.
All right, we're gonna get into some hot topics. The first hot topics we have, with so much parity in the NFL, which team do you have the most confidence in week in and week out? Brian, I'll let you start this out. Who you believe in going into the final weeks here?
It's really, really been crazy because every time you get your hopes up on a team or you feel like a team is super dominant, they lay like the worst egg you could ever imagine. We were all on the Bills. They got beat by Miami. Lots of teams. I mean, even the WTF got a win over Tampa. That was unbelievable. But to be honest with you, and I hate to say this, the one team I have the most trust in is the Green Bay Packers. And they've had one faux pas. It was the first game of the season. But after that, they really haven't stubbed their toe at all. And they've had a lot of injuries. They've had to overcome COVID and COVID toe and anything and everything that you could name. But they're always consistent. They always seem to get the job done. So I definitely feel right now, unfortunately, is Green Bay.
Herman, who you got confidence in?
Hey, don't do drugs while you're watching the show. Don't smoke
right,
that stuff while you're
user,
watching the show.
Facebook user, we don't care what you think.
Hey, don't be mean to our viewers, y'all.
Hey, look,
Our viewers are valuable to us.
We're gonna talk about that game.
We didn't say we don't care about our viewers. We just say we don't care what the viewers think. That's a difference.
I think that's worse.
For me, I don't have faith in any team on any given Sunday, in all honesty. Not this year. Brian
It's a lot of parity. It's a lot of parity. You're right.
Yeah. You made a good point, though, Brian, that Green Bay's probably been the one team that's had the one little slip up. But if I had to pick one, and like I said, I don't believe in any team on any given Sunday this year, it would be the Cardinals. And the reason I would say that is because the Cardinals went through losing one of the worst positions you can lose for three? How many games was he out? 3 games or 4?
I think it might have been. Was it just 3?
It was 3.
3.
Okay.
They lost their starting quarterback, and he drives everything. And they went, I think, 2-1 in that during that time. And that's why I keep going back to the Cardinals, saying the Cardinals are the team to beat in the NFL, not just the NFC. I believe they're the team to beat in the NFL, and that includes the Patriots. Even though we saw what the Patriots did the other night, I just believe that the Cardinals are the team to beat right now, hands down. But other than that, those would be the only, and I would only trust them a little bit because you just never know every week. But that would be the one team that I would have the most confidence in every week.
You're right, Herman, because they did it without their starting quarterback or their best wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't.
And I think they lost a running back too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. You don't usually see.
You know what? DeAndre Hopkins was out too.
They said the number 1 wide receiver.
Oh, you did? My bad.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
what happened was
not listening.
My thing went out right here. I was hello. My thing went out.
But yeah, you just don't usually see a team lose their starting quarterback and continue to win, and then on top of that, lose their starting, their number 1 receiver and continue to win. So you just got to be Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on the Cardinals with it, Herman. The AFC, man, this would probably be the first season that all the division winners will probably end up with the same record, possibly winning the division with all of them having the same record. That could happen. The AFC is so bunched up with parity, but the Cardinals seem to be a little bit above the crop with it. And you made a great point about them winning without Kyler Murray being in there, and they seem to stay steady. So I'd agree with you on Arizona on being that team. Marcus, what team you have?
Herman made a good argument for Arizona, but my problem with that much faith in Arizona, and the argument was good, considering they did win 3 games without the most important position on their team. But my only problem with Arizona is the history, which I know we just talking about this season, but that's hard to,
you have to factor that in there.
They don't really have a history of winning. So I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. The Patriots are on fire right now. Like we said last week, they even more on fire this week, following concern. They have a history of winning. They're probably arguably the best coach ever in the history of NFL. And I think he proved that yesterday against the Bills, because he definitely had a game plan that worked. And so, if you got to ask me, I'm gonna put my faith in Bill Belichick and the Patriots and what they're doing over there. They have the history of winning. They know how to win. He knows how to run an organization. With the Cardinals, a close second, but I'm going to have to go with the Patriots.
Okay. Next hot topic we have is which NFL coach is on the hot seat, the hot seat.
We all going to say the same name, I bet.
No, we're not.
We're not?
No.
We're not. We already know who Herman's going to say, but
Who?
With that,
we talked about it in the chat, Herman. We already know.
With that said, Herman, who's on the hottest seat?
Mike Zimmer.
Herman was lighting him up on our chat during that game.
You just can't do what he did. He has too much talent on that team to be putting what they're putting on the field. And even though, Marcus, I know you don't like Kirk Cousins or whatever, but Kirk Cousins' touchdown to interception ratio is like one of the best in the league this year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact numbers. I should have looked it up. But you got Dalvin Cook, and granted he was hurt. You got Thielen. You got Jefferson. He's had too much time with that team and the town. He had a great defense before. Defense may be lacking.
That's what you need to get on him about, Herman, especially in that game. That last play, I don't know what the hell kind of defense that was.
Yeah,
was that let's let him score defense?
You just sat back in a zone and said, let's just let Goff throw the ball. I mean, you should have brought pressure. It's unexplainable what he's doing. He's gone. There's no doubt he's gone. If you don't fire him, you lose your fan base. You start to lose your fan base at this point, because you're turning into the Browns. You're turning into the Browns. It's ridiculous. I don't know what he's doing. He might be one of those classic cases of a defensive coordinator who, y'all WTF fans, y'all gonna hate on everybody.
They will never give Kirk no credit. I swear.
They never will. But
Kirk win the Super Bowl. Well, the defense did it. It wasn't Kirk.
Right.
They're not gonna give Kirk. They're not gonna give Kirk that credit. They're not gonna give it to him.
But Mike Zimmer might just be that case of a classic defensive coordinator who's best as a defensive coordinator and not a head coach.
Now, hold up. What staff and coach has he cost?
Nobody. I guess
he's only been with the WTF and then in Minnesota.
Right.
He ain't lost no coaches' jobs. Well, he's gonna lose this year. But
he was with Cincinnati too.
No, Kirk Cousins was not with Cincinnati.
Okay, Kirk. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Zimmer. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we're talking about
Kirk Cousins.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's discussion turned into Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Marcus, who you have?
I'm basically got to just parody everything Herman said. It has to be Zimmer. How you go in there and lose to Detroit, who had won a game? You got all that talent, and granted, Dalvin Cook wasn't playing, and Adam Thielen went out. But come on, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Mike Tomlin tied with the Lions. He don't get no flack.
No,
he almost lost that game.
No, Mike Tomlin was big
Mike Tomlin didn't have Ben. Mike didn't have Ben.
That don't matter.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Man. It's the Lions. They ain't beat nobody.
You probably would have lost if you had Ben.
No, listen. You could be a winning coach with a proven winning history and lose to the Detroit Lions and not be on a hot seat. But you can't be Mike Zimmer.
Has a winning record now.
What is he?
Yeah, but he don't have no Super Bowls.
He on the Super
Bowl, but he does have a
Bowls.
winning record as a coach.
Well, still, this season is looking mighty bleak. Last season looking mighty bleak. It's you can't go in there and lose Detroit. You can't go in there and lose Detroit like that. You got too much talent, and I think this is a 7th season there as the coach. And yeah, sure, he got him
7.
Yeah, he's been since 2014. I'm so sure he's got him, and yes, he's got him deep into the playoffs. But hey, they fell short a couple of times, and so it's not looking good. It's probably just best to move on and go get another coach because I'm in full agreement with Herman.
Somebody dinner here.
Yes, it is.
Somebody Uber Eats is there.
Yeah. Real quick though, you know who else gets fired with Zimmer? The GM, because they were a better team before they brought Kirk Cousins in, which is crazy. They went deeper into the playoffs. But was it the year before?
Yeah,
so I guess
that was more of a fluke. I mean,
you think
what's
so?
his name ain't did nothing.
There you go. He
Man,
called Shanahan.
You better go get your Uber Eats.
It's not here yet. It's
well, look, Jay Gruden, come on now. Let's not even put that name out there on this show.
And look, that was y'all's first off. That was y'all fault for drafting 2 quarterbacks in that draft. So don't put none of that on Kirk.
It turned to be the smart idea.
Just because Kirk was talented and better than y'all's first draft pick, don't make that Kirk's fault. And y'all farted around with his. Y'all should have just gave that dude a contract instead of farting around, kept paying him all that money.
We were on. I posted in the game. I think a week or so ago. It's all Snyder's fault. Snyder has messed up the quarterback situation.
Jesus, Brian, who you got?
Man, I don't know. I guess y'all was blinded by that Minnesota debacle, but it's absolutely Matt Nagy. Marcus, you done did it again.
He turned the camera off.
Yeah, he turned it off again.
How can I forget Matt Nagy? But go
Matt
ahead.
Nagy Matt Nagy got hemorrhoids. Okay, his butt is burdened. Okay, he's ruining a number 1 draft pick quarterback. He's already ruining him for this season.
That's true.
He keeps starting the Red Rifles for no particular reason. It gives the
he's trying to win.
No chance. No.
I thought Justin Fields was hurt.
I thought he was still hurt.
He was hurt, but I think he was healthy enough to play. Or if it's not, he should be healthy enough soon. And regardless, man, Nagy is out of there. Y'all know he's the hottest hot seat. Not that Zimmer ain't that hot.
They're about is he really going to start eating right now?
Hey, look, I put this on the rundown because I really wanted Herman to be able to blast Zimmer because I knew he was on it in that thing.
That dude, man.
Yeah,
I wanted him as one of our. I wanted him as the Cowboys coach at one point too.
I did too.
Not now.
That dude had like a knack for like picking older corners and making them successful.
You saw what he did to Terrence Newman.
I mean, he had Newman for like 14 years after he played 14 years with us.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, you can flip a coin on those two, between Nagy and Zimmerman. I think they both gonna be gone. To be honest with you,
which one first?
Oh man, Nagy. I mean, he's just growing.
I thought he was gonna get fired Monday.
Which one makes it through the season?
Ooh, probably Zimmer makes it through the season.
I think Nagy makes it through the season.
I don't think Nagy makes it through. Well,
yeah. I think both make it through the season.
I think they both make it, yeah. But I think it's a big change going to come at the end of the season.
I mean, we only got 5 games left. So, I mean, it makes sense to ride it all the way out right now.
I think Zimmer would have been gone on Monday if they were going to let him go. He can't have a worse loss than Detroit.
I think you're right. That is a terrible loss, man. Yeah. I mean, it was a great game. I really enjoyed that game. I ain't gonna lie. That was like one of the better games of Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But for Minnesota to let that happen.
All right. So we ready to get into the games of last week picks?
Yeah, let's do these in reverse order.
First of all,
why you want to do it in reverse order, Mr. Holly?
Hold on. I got something to say. Has anybody ever went in these picks undefeated for a week?
Yeah, multiple times.
I did, yes.
Multiple times.
So I feel like I should wear my...
No, you shouldn't. You absolutely should not. No,
You don't
put
get
it
to
down.
wear that just because you
No.
Put it down.
No, sir.
No,
Put it down.
No, sir.
you do not.
I get money.
Now, can I,
Oh yeah,
Brian?
Joe Judd.
Brian, can I start? Can I start the?
Oh yeah,
the week?
Hey,
Oh,
nice
okay.
call, Reg.
Joe Judd is
Joe
nothing.
Judge is
first-
absolutely.
and the GM. Yes. The
Hey,
whole
look, you
staff.
fired a clapper, buddy. You're gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Love
What did you just say? How did you just cuss?
No, I said you're gone.
It did sound like you
Tell
said
me,
the other word.
what word do y'all think I said?
The F word.
How
It's
does
like your
gone
audio-
sound like that word?
No,
Like
you
you
said
said.
something. Your audio went out like when you said one of the words of that.
Yeah, that's what made it sound
like you were
Oh,
cursing.
Is this a family show?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of.
Hi, kids.
All right. We
PG-13.
got the first game of the week. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints.
You're so hard headed.
The Cowboys won it 27-17. The Dak Prescott 26 for 40,
Ready to take over.
38 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Tony Pollard 7 carries, 71 yards, one touchdown. Nice big run. CeeDee Lamb 7 catches, 89 yards, no touchdowns. We got the Saints. Stats.
If you're on NFL.com, you can actually just go back.
I'm on
Taysom
it.
Hill.
Taysom Hill,
19 for 41. 264 yards, 2 touchdowns.
264 yards.
There we go. Okay,
4
I'm there.
interceptions.
Taysom Hill, 19 for 41, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He also ran for 11 times for 101 yards. And then you had Dante Harris, 4 receptions for 96 yards and 1 touchdown. Marcus, who did you have in this game?
I had the Cowboys. Yeah, to me, after that's like, excuse me.
I didn't catch that. Try tapping above to edit.
Shut up, Siri. Shut up. My bad.
And he called me Telly Riley.
Out of control on Tuesdays.
After that butt whipping they got the week prior, I had no faith in the Saints. Taysom Hill was obviously not the answer. The Cowboys they made up for those 4 pass interference calls against the Raiders by intercepting Taysom Hill four times, and some of those it just looked like he just lost total confidence, and basically Dallas' defense was doing what they wanted to do. The Saints not the same since Drew Brees left. They have to deal with the quarterback situation. Taysom Hill's not the option. The other guy, what's his name, Simeon or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Not the option.
Person,
They better hope that Jameis Winston comes back next season healthy and they're able to do something. But they're gonna have to address this because nobody's afraid of the Saints anymore. They're garbage. That was an easy pick. I picked the Cowboys and the Cowboys won.
Yeah, I took the Cowboys too, Marcus. The Saints didn't have all their full players and time, so the Cowboys should have beaten them. They didn't have Alvin Kamara. They lost both their tackles. Taysom Hill, that pick 6. I mean, he didn't play well at all. I took the Cowboys on this one. They were successful. Brian, who you had?
Man, I picked this one wrong, guys. I picked the Saints. Oh my God, I can't believe I picked the Saints. Hey, but for real, the Saints did.
Remember, you picked the Saints for real?
Yeah, I picked
No,
the
he
Saints.
did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
I absolutely picked the Saints.
Did you pick the Saints, Hunter?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He didn't want him to wear the cap.
The reverse psychology, baby.
That's some bull.
Hey man, but the Saints they did give the Cowboys a scare, man. They put up 405 offensive yards. They held time of possession 31 minutes to 54 seconds to 28 minutes 6 seconds. But again, like y'all said, them 4 interceptions is what gave the Cowboys the edge. And the Sean Payton, I don't know what he was doing. He had a good game plan running Taysom on us. I mean, they were just running down the field. And then he stopped and decided to let Taysom throw the ball, which what kept the Cowboys in the game. Got that pick when they were driving, and then that was all she wrote. So it was a good win. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't, the nicest win, but it was a win nonetheless. I'm drinking tea, sir. Just regular tea.
You said what were you drinking last week? You made that pick.
Right,
reverse
right.
psychology. I did the Michael Irvin thing. I'm probably gonna do it again this week too.
Herman, who you got?
I picked those Saints, baby. And I got it wrong. But like Brian said, the Saints defense is actually, they have the number 5 run defense. And it showed. Like Dallas, they struggle to run the ball. But and Brian, you were saying that he had a good game plan trying to run Taysom Hill, which he did. But once they started to get a little bit behind, like most coaches do, they panic and they go away from the run because they know that clock's going to start ticking on them. But yeah, Dallas is still playing some ugly ball, but it was a W. There's no U beside the W in the column. It's an 8 and a 4, and it's still a division lead, and I'll take that. I picked the Saints, and I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, and Big Rich, them contracts that he's getting, I mean, they got big numbers, but I think they kind of hollow.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they're like, I think they can, cut bait with them pretty much at any time they want. So I don't know. He keeps getting them, but I don't know how much of that money he's getting.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next week game. We got the.
Do we really have to talk about the rest of the games? I mean,
no. The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Chargers won it 41-22. Stats on it: the Joe Burrow's 24 for 40, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. Joe Mixon, 19 carries for 54 yards, 1 touchdown. T. Higgins, 9 catches, 138 for 1 touchdown. The Chargers, Justin Herbert, 26 for 35, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns. Austin Eckler, 14 carries, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Mike Williams, 5 receptions for 110 yards. This one, I took the Bengals, and I was wrong on this one. The Chargers came out and basically shut down the Bengals running game. The only thing with the Chargers, man, they show me they seem to be too inconsistent. One week they look good, one week they look bad. But this particular week, they shut down. The defense came to play. I thought, Bengals were hot, especially coming off the butt whooping they gave the Steelers the week before. The Bengals, they look like the same old Bengals this last week. I chose the Bengals. I chose wrong. Brian, who'd you have in this one?
In this one, I did pick right. I did pick the Chargers. And I mean, I was looking at the stats, I mean, their stats were real close in this game.
Very close, very close.
Time of possession, 29 minutes, 45 seconds to 31 minutes, 15 seconds. Total offense, they had 363 to 356. Turnovers was similar too. They both had 2 fumbles. I mean, 1 interception, but the Chargers had 2. The only thing is that the Chargers scored. They scored 16 in the first quarter. They scored 17 in the fourth quarter, where the Bengals didn't score anything. I mean, now definitely, you got to give Joe Burrow credit for gutting that play out, because we all saw how he hurt his finger, kept holding on it, was trying to do all kinds of things. I mean, that shot on the sideline when he threw the ball and was in, so much pain, I'm like, that dude needs to stop. I said, I don't think he's going to be able to play this game. And then when he came out at halftime, he had a glove on, but then when he went to the game, he had a glove on. So I guess he basically just gutted it out. But, I mean, I don't know if it took anything off the ball. It looked like he kept playing well, but, you got to give the Chargers credit. They played a great game.
Marcus, who'd you have?
I picked the Chargers. I mean, you said the Chargers have been up and down. The Bengals have been up and down.
That's true. That's true.
It's been both ways. And so I just felt like after last week's performance by the Chargers, they wouldn't come in here and win this game, and they did. And like you said, Brian, these stats look really, really close. But it was just a matter of turnovers and who scored on turnovers and who didn't. And, the thing about Joe Burrow, you would say walked out with the glove. If he ain't used to throwing a glove on, that's something you got to get used to. If you're not used to doing it, I've never seen him wear a glove. So that's not something you probably want to do in the middle of a game if you're still trying to win it. So, but yeah, I picked the Chargers, and Chargers won.
Herman?
Yeah, this was that classic. Sorry. This game right here is exactly what we just talked about earlier. You can't trust no teams from week to week. This is a perfect example of it. I picked the Bengals and I got this one wrong. It just when it looked like the Bengals was getting ready to turn, be that consistent team, they turn around and do this. But the crazy thing was within this game, you almost saw the Chargers lose it because they came roaring out at the beginning, and then you looked up and the Bengals were roaring back. It was like they was like trying to give it back and forth away to each other. It was kind of crazy, but the Chargers scored 17 in the fourth quarter, and the Bengals didn't score anything in the fourth quarter. You never win a game like that. That'll do it. So I picked the Bengals. I got it wrong, but again, classic example of why you can't trust the team week in and week out this year. You just can't.
All right. Moving on to the next game. Got the New York Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins won this game 20-9. Stats, Mike Glennon was 23 for 44, 187 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 11 carries for 55 yards. Evan Ingram, 4 catches for 61 yards. For the Dolphins, Tua, 30 for 41, 444 yards, 2 touchdowns. Myles Gaskins, 15 carries for 44 yards. Jalen Waddle, 9 catches for 90 yards. Who did you have in this one, Herman?
Yeah, I picked the Dolphins in this one. I think this was kind of a no-brainer. Tua's looking pretty good. He's coming back. Since he's come back from his injury, he's looked pretty good. The Dolphins are they've gotten hot.
Yeah,
they're 6-7, so they're making a push. And these are the games you got to win, and they won it hands down. So. Myles Gaskins, you're killing me in fantasy, bro. Killing me.
that's okay. You got the other dude, so you're all right.
Yeah, but still. But
stop being greedy.
Yeah.
You got the best fantasy player in the game right now.
But yeah, I picked
Marcus,
the Dolphins.
I also picked the Dolphins. And like Herman said, it's a no-brainer. It's the Giants. They're on the way down. At the end of the year, everybody's gone. They clean the house. And Miami's on the come up. They've been on the come up last couple of years, even though the record isn't really that good this year. They're still under 500 at this moment. But yeah, I picked the Dolphins, and it was an easy pick considering who they were playing.
Brian?
Yeah, Marcus, you say that, but again, this was another game where the statistics were pretty close. 297 yards for Miami, 250 for the Giants. Miami held time of possession 30 minutes to 40 seconds to 29-20. But the Dolphins, what it came down to is the Dolphins scored 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Where every time the Giants got in scoring range, they kicked field goals, and you ain't going to win kicking field goals when the other team is scoring touchdowns. So, I picked the Dolphins. And for all y'all, talking all this, Zeke is done and Zeke is old. Why you ain't saying that same stuff about Saquon? That dude ain't doing nothing. He had like 1 decent run in that whole game. I don't hear nothing but talk about him.
I think we attribute that to. I think
Saquon don't have no line. He ain't got no line.
I don't care. Saquon they was chopping him up, and he's the best running back in the game, and he was going better than Zeke and all that. He ain't doing squat either.
Whoever said that? Then he came in after Zeke, didn't he? I don't think anybody. I mean, he was good that year.
That first year, the first couple of years, man, they was sweating him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look where
he's
he's
been
at.
Injury prone ever since, but
look where he's at, and he's been injury prone.
Okay, he's back. He's supposed to be so dynamic. He ain't doing doo-doo either.
You just a hater, sir. You're a hater.
I am.
You're a hater.
Yeah, and this one I took the Dolphins too. Dolphins has been on this is the 5th game they won in a row.
That's what I was there. It was his 5th.
Yeah.
They looking pretty good. The key thing was the offense didn't really put the defense in a hole, and that's what made the Dolphins play a lot free and a lot better in situations. Jalen Waddle seemed to be showing up. He could be the number 1 wide receiver.
Somebody had him on the bench in fantasy, but that dude is lighting it up.
I had him on the bench.
He still won.
That's why he did. You make the play? He didn't make the playoffs, did he?
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
a matter of fact, in our league, all of us made the playoffs, including the 5th Beatle.
In which one?
And
The
Maryland
with the
Ballers.
the Ballers.
Is it filled up already? There's no more.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's only
everybody's
6 spots,
clinched.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
everybody's clinched.
Right now, it's just seating. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take the show off track.
Moving on to the next game, we had the Washington football team taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Washington football team won it 17-15. The stats on it, Taylor. What's so funny?
So funny.
Being funny, telling me to spell it.
Tyler Heineke.
What'd you say, Brian?
23.
Did you guys spell?
I forgot it. I just laughed.
Tyler Heineke.
I can't spell it. Whatever.
23 for 30, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Antonio Gibson, 23 carries, 88 yards. Logan Thomas had a beautiful one-hand touchdown catch. 3 catches for 48 yards and 1 touchdown. The Raiders, Derek Carr, 28 for 38, 249 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 13 carries, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, 9 catches, 102 yards, no touchdowns. Brian, I'll let you start this off. Who did you go with on this?
Hey, Brian started off.
I picked the Raiders, and they lost.
Herman, who'd you have in this game, Herman?
Yeah, I had the Raiders also in this game because I don't pick the WTF team.
Marcus, I had the Washington team, and I was happy that they won this one. They're on a winning streak too. They won 4 straight.
Oh, hey, somebody take that stuff away from Reg. He's supposed to talk.
Look, Reg, what you drinking?
You know, he actually had the nerve to put 4-1. Really?
Keep on doubting us. Keep on doubting us.
I doubt y'all, and I definitely doubt y'all this Sunday. But we're gonna get to that.
How we gonna get to that? That's not in the schedule. That's not in the rundown.
We gonna add it.
No, we ain't gonna add nothing.
That game better be in there. We can add that
I don't know why. I don't know why y'all didn't put that in there.
Yeah, we add that game.
We only go by what's in the
games this
rundown,
week.
sir.
Look at Herman with his smirk. I don't know why you didn't put it in there, Herman.
He didn't want to put it in there.
Anyway,
we're scratching out the Ravens at the Browns.
That's fine. The Washington team. I mean, you know, with them losing Chase Young, their defense has really been playing good lately, man. I'm impressed with them. Hopefully, and Sweat, right?
How does that work? How does your defense get better when you lose?
Hey, Herman,
probably your best defenders.
Herman, I look at it like this. You know, you're moving furniture and you got 2 big studs. Well, they ain't there. So normally you had to rely on the 2 studs to do it. Now that they ain't there, you got to help lift the furniture. That's what it boils down to.
I guess you were. Yeah.
Marcus, who do you have?
He has to get his little ugly music together. They don't even play that music anymore.
What kills me is this dude is the most fair weather fan ever.
Fair weather fan.
I'm talking
that
right
is
now.
Marcus Helms.
I'm talking right now. It's my turn to talk. I picked the Washington football team, and the Washington football team went down to Vegas and kicked that butt.
5th Beatle.
And for the record,
fair weather fan.
Whatever. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Washington football
Fair
team.
weather
That's
fan.
4 games in a row. It will be 5 games in a row. We're going to the playoffs.
Oh, I cannot wait till next week.
Tell Heineke.
Tell Heineke gonna be on the show next week.
Tell Heineke MVP. Tell Heineke.
Oh, gee. Oh, my. Oh, my God.
The hell with Brady. The hell with Aaron Rodgers.
They should have never gave y'all money. No.
Oh, this is so painful.
But I picked the Washington football team. The Washington football team won. I'll admit they had me nervous, especially near the end. And they got away with one. That was definitely a pass interference.
Oh, when he was tugging on this.
It was.
Yeah, but you know they stopped calling him because of the Cowboys game.
Yeah, you know, when I was watching, I couldn't even be mad. I was like, they ain't calling
there was
that.
no pass interference.
Yeah, it was like,
the rest
you know,
of
they
the
wouldn't
week.
call that. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, moving on to the next game. We got the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs won it 22-9. Patrick Mahomes was killing my fantasy, man.
He's killing
15
dragging me down.
15 for 29, 104 yards, 0 touchdowns passing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 14 carries, 54 yards. Leading receiver is that Darrell Williams was 3 receptions for 60 yards. For the Denver Broncos, Teddy Bridgewater, 22 for 40, 257 yards, 1 touchdown. Javonte Williams, 23 carries for 102 yards. And then leading receiver was Javonte Williams with 6 receptions for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. Marcus, who did you have in this one?
I mean, I picked Kansas City. But Kansas City, they're not looking good at all. Patrick Mahomes, this is what his 4th year. I thought it was supposed to be a sophomore slump. How's it going to be a senior year slump? This is just ridiculous. And he's been doing this all. I think he had one good game, and that was actually one good game. I set him in a fantasy, and that cost me. They got to come up with a solution to get his offense straight, because it's weird, because we've been dogging out defense all season, and now the defense is the reason why they're winning games. So, if they could get everything back on track, if they get the offense back to where it used to be and the defense playing the way it is now, they would be dominating. But even if they make the playoffs, I don't think they have a shot. Currently, how they are, it's just bad. What happened to the dynasty? Bieniemy and Andy Reid, they got to fix Mahomes. It seemed like he took a step back, and even though they're on a winning streak, I think they're on a 5-game winning streak too. They don't have anything to be that excited about, as far as I'm concerned. But I did pick the Chiefs because it was the Broncos, and Chiefs pulled it up.
Kerman?
Yeah, I picked the Chiefs too, but like Marcus said, contrary to popular belief, the Chiefs are not back. Okay, they're not looking. Their offense is not looking good at all. And I think what the comment Big Reg made is probably one of the keys to it. They've been letting Mahomes just kind of freelance it. He was just out there kind of doing his thing, and now that stuff is coming back to bite him, because his mechanics are ugly. They're very ugly, and he is definitely out of sync with his receivers. Darrell Williams was the leading receiver. Like, that says it all, I think, right there. Tyreek Hill had 2 catches for 22 yards. Travis Kelce, 3 catches for 27 yards. Like, what? When you go up against the Chiefs, it used to be you had to pick your poison. If I'm taking this away, I'm going to let this one get me. You know what I mean? But it's not happening now. And going to the playoffs, I would pick the Patriots, the Titans, Buffalo over on the AFC side over the Chiefs, and the Ravens over the Chiefs right now, the way that they look. So they need to get something together. But I picked the Chiefs and got it right, but only because it was the Broncos.
Yeah, I took the Chiefs on this one too. Like I said, Holmes is just. He ran for a touchdown, but still, they're off, man, on offense. The Chiefs have started to look better on defense for some reason. One other note though about Andy Reid, he's 20-3 coming off a bye week, so I guess that's the only positive you can say about how they. But they have no identity right now on offense. That's what scratched my head with. They don't have that lightning offense that they started out with. Going into December, going to playoffs, that's going to be important to see. We see how that's going to turn out. But I took the Chiefs on this one. Brian, who'd you have?
Yeah, I followed suit and picked the Chiefs. Again, that stat you put up about Andy Reid was one of the main reasons why I picked it. But, you guys are going on and on about the offense. But, what a turnaround this defense has done. Since they started, I think it was the Giants game is when they actually started to turn it around. And the defense is actually carrying them to these victories now. The offense will get itself on point. The defenses are not letting Mahomes get the deep ball. And Mahomes don't like to check down. It's pretty simple. He don't want to check down. He wants the big shot that he's been doing all year. Similar to that. They want the bigger play. They're not really wanting to check down. So as long as defense keeps playing like that, he needs to, humble himself and take their check downs, and their offense will be okay. They need to run the damn ball more too. I mean, they barely run the ball. But man, I was getting ready going on and on about these stats of how they put up 404 offensive yards and was 41% on offense. But that was the Broncos that put up 404 yards. When Mark said he threw for 100 and some yards, I'm like, wait a minute, they rushed that many yards? Because I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I know he didn't give me that many fantasy points. But the Chiefs will be fine. The Chiefs are right where they're supposed to be. They're starting to peak. I'm not concerned with the Chiefs.
Really?
I'm concerned for the Chiefs.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they played everybody, and again, the defense is really where it's turning over. So the offense has time to get itself together.
All right, we shall see. The last game we got, the Monday nighter, the New England Patriots took on the Buffalo Bills. They won it 14-10. That's for it. Now, this is not a typo. Mac Jones, 2 for 3 for 19 yards. Damian Harris, 10 carries, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiving Janu Smith, 1 for 12. The other one, of course, was Brandon Bolden. The running back was 1 for 7. That was it as far as completion for New England.
And looking at Janu Smith thing, he had to dive and reach all back to get that one.
As far as Buffalo, Josh Allen, 15 for 30, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. He led him in rushing with 6 carries and 39 yards. Stephon Diggs, 4 catches for 51 yards. This was a ugly game. Brian, I'll let you start it off. Who did you have in this one?
Man, I picked the Bills. The weather played a big hand in this particular game. It was so windy that the first half, the announcers was talking how Belichick was just going to run because he was scared but was cautious about letting Mac throw in this, because you were throwing the ball was going this way, and they weren't going to kick any field goals, which is part of the reason why they went for it on the first touchdown that they scored. But this dumb game cost me a fantasy victory. I had the Bills defense, and somebody on this panel had the 3rd string running back for the damn Patriots, who have the worst running back school anyway. I go to sleep because the game, for real, I got tired. I wake up, I know I got my dub. Not only did the Bills lose, but the defense ain't give me no points, and this dude gives them 20-some points because they was using all they did was run. And be honest with you, Herman, this game reminded me of the time we played your dad in spades. And I had all these big spades and knew I had all these books. And Herman's father had all these little spades and snatched all those spades out of my hand and then proceeded to whoop us with regular cards.
Regular cards, yeah.
It was such a lesson. And this was such a lesson that Bill taught us, that I'm just going to run this ball down your throat, score efficiently enough, and rely on my defense to stop y'all. And he did it. Now, it was close. The Bills had their chances. They just didn't execute like they should have. The Bills really had a lot of opportunities to win this game, but I have never seen an NFL game like this. And I mean, you just got to give Bill his kudos, man. That was a brilliant game plan. And to be that determined to just run and never, think about, play action or anything was amazing.
Yeah, I took the Patriots in this one too. Get back in the Bills running. They ran it 32 times straight. You're talking
about the Patriots.
The Patriots, yes. It was so funny. It was at one point, Mac Jones came over the sideline to talk to Belichick, and he was like, "Can I pass now? Can I pass now?" Belichick, no, run the ball, run it, run it. This was something else. This is their 7th straight win, also for the Patriots, and now they're going to the bye week. So I don't know what to say about this Patriots, man. They getting built for a nice little run. But I took the Patriots on this one. Herman, who'd you have on this?
Yeah, I got this one wrong. I went with the Bills on this one. I was, didn't expect that weather, but you got to give your hat off to Bill Belichick. Coaching wise, he just outcoached he outcoached the Bills. The thing I didn't understand was that
This dude. Don't read it, Herman. Just keep talking. Ignore it. It's not important. And don't you put it up, Marcus.
oh Lord, we're gonna see about that. But the thing I didn't get about Buffalo was why not stack the box at that point? At least when they were going against the win, stack the box.
And you notice how they never came out of that like nickel? They
Yeah,
didn't put no big dudes in. They kept
Like-
having their little corners and
I mean, at that point, it's like, all right, you're running all over me. You're going against the win. I'm not scared of your receivers. I'm not scared of your rookie quarterback. I'm going to make you throw this football. You want to run the ball? Run it with 8, run it with 9, run it with 10 in the box. Let's see what happens. If you catch me throwing, then you just caught me. But I'm not going to let you continue to sit here and run the ball all over me all night long. There's no way a team should win when the quarterback throws 3 times. It shouldn't happen. It should never happen. But
Only in Pop Warner.
yeah, only in Pop Warner. That's exactly what that looked like, Pop Warner. So, I picked the Bills. I got it wrong. You got to give your hats off to the Patriots. They are looking really good and definitely looking like the team to beat in the AFC.
Marcus.
I did pick the Patriots, and like we always say, that was a hell of a game plan by Bill Belichick. I mean, he literally made the most important position on the field not important at all. That game, they just ran and ran, and like Big Ray said, they basically took their manhood. Did y'all see at the press conference the Bill defensive players? The reporter was like, "Did y'all feel embarrassed?"
Yeah.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. That's the worst. When you know it's coming and you still can't stop it.
Yeah.
And how many times you say they ran in a row, Mark?
32 times straight. Straight.
That's ridiculous. And you're right, Herman. Why not just stack the box? They're obviously not going to stack the box. What happened to taking away what they want to do? And obviously they wanted to run that game, and y'all couldn't even do that 32 times straight. I mean,
it's actually scary. It's actually scary because the Bills have a good defense.
The only thing I can think for that excuse is, they've ran the ball so many times, they're going to pass now. Okay, they didn't, but they're going to pass now. Okay,
it is kind of ridiculous. Like, if you're that mad, you ain't going to expect nobody to run on you 22 times. You expect they're setting you up for something. You're right,
you do, but
like, here come the play action right now. Okay, no.
Next one, right.
But yeah, I picked the Patriots, and that was a massive game. And I give props to Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was like, "Y'all keep talking about the Bills on this division now." Nah, sir. Keep talking about Tom Brady. We got something for him. So he been listening. He was paying attention, and he showed us.
Did y'all see? Y'all didn't watch the Manning cast, did y'all?
No.
I ain't see it.
Eli said, he's like, they keep running the ball. They got like 4 or 5 running plays. He said, I had 2 running plays. He said, the quarterback dive and the kneel down for the victory.
All right. I think this might have been one of the weeks. None of us wore the hats this week.
Nobody.
I went 6-0 this week. 6-0.
5-1.
1,
2 and 4.
2.
Yeah, you went
3.
2-4.
I was just doing whatever, man. I'm really bad this year on picks, man. I can't pick.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
3 and
trust
3.
nobody.
Terrible.
I feel like I should be able to wear the hat the whole time.
No.
Somebody asked you
No.
what you think you should wear.
No. Right.
I got a hat for you to wear. And
we gonna get
it
into-
ain't black.
We're going to get into next week's game, y'all. Get this on through. Yeah,
Okay,
Thursday
first
night.
off, I'm sorry, real quick. Okay, he's old and nobody plays football like that anymore, okay?
They just did
I
it.
know he did not say John
Yes,
Riggins.
he did.
Oh my gosh. Kick
He
him out.
did.
Kick him out the show.
No, I'm not kicking him out.
Kick him out the
old.
show.
We need everybody we
We
can get.
can't. He's kind of part of the show, so we
Thank
can't
you.
really kick him out.
Riggins
you,
still
But he's
censoring.
old and nobody plays like that anymore.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into this week.
Next week's games, we got Thursday night. We got the 6-5-1 Steelers at the 5-7 Minnesota Vikings. Vikings giving up 3.5 points. I'm going to start this off. I'm taking the Steelers. Herman, who you got?
Steelers. I can't pick the Vikings no more after that Detroit debacle. I don't even like the Steelers Steelers, whatever, Steelers.
Marcus.
I'm taking the Steelers. It's the Vikings. They're gonna, they're gonna put one more nail in Mike Zimmer's coffin. So I'm taking the Steelers.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers too. No, what's the wide receiver? Thielen. No Thielen in this game.
And no Cooks.
No Cook in this game. Give me Pittsburgh.
Okay. Next game we got Sunday night, the 8-4 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 6-6 Cleveland Browns. Is that the Browns? I mean, I'm sorry, the Ravens giving up negative 3.5. Brian, who you got in this one?
There goes that hate again.
Right.
Man, whatever. Give me the Ravens. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I paused on that one. Give me the Ravens.
Marcus.
Got the number 17th passing offense versus the number 8. I'm sorry. 5th offense versus the number 3 Ravens defense. Sorry.
I'm gonna take the Ravens, but I mean, Ravens they love to play some close games. This probably will be a close game. But I'm taking the Ravens, and hopefully they won't feel the need to have to go for a 2-point.
They might, because all their corners are hurt.
But I don't care. I still don't have any faith in the Browns at this point. I'm taking the Ravens.
Herman.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens. I don't trust the Browns anymore.
Round it out. Marcus. Don't put that music on. I'm taking the Ravens. All right. Sunday game, we got the 6-6 San Francisco 49ers at the 7-5 Bengals. This one was a pick 'em. I'm gonna start this one off. Man, this was tough. I'm gonna think the Bengals gonna bounce back on this one. I'm taking the Bengals on this one, y'all. Marcus, who you got?
Yeah, I had a hard time picking this game, but I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I'm picking the 49ers.
Herman?
Yeah, this was a tough one. That's why I put it on the rundown, because I thought it would be one that would be a little harder to pick. I'm gonna go with the Bengals though. I think they're gonna bounce back too. Again, this is one of those. You're looking at the 49ers like, oh, the 49ers are getting hot. I think I can start to trust them. Nope, I'm going with the Bengals.
Brian.
Yeah, you got the 5th ranked Niners defense against the 15th ranked Bengals offense. But I'm gonna go with Marcus. I think the Niners bounce back. Well, not bounce back. They won, so I think they'll win again.
All right. We got the 7-5.
You're welcome,
Buffalo Bills at the 9-3 Buccaneers. Bucks are -3 on this one. Brian, who you got?
We got the number 1 ranked Bills defense against the number 2 ranked Bucks offense. I think the Bills bounce back. I think Buffalo gets the dub. Give me Buffalo.
Herman?
Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo too. I don't really have a problem trusting the Bucks. They lost to WTF. I mean, that says it all. Give me the Bills. Give me the
Bills. We can change.
What happened? What'd you say?
Marcus?
Yeah, I've lost faith in the Bills. I just don't believe in them anymore. We got too hype on them last year.
Y'all got too hype on them last year.
They are who we thought they were. So I'm going with the Bucks.
Marcus, I'm agree with you on this one. I think the Bills too are not looking that sharp. I think I'm gonna take the Bucks on this one also. Sunday night game, we got the 4-8 Chicago Bears taking on the 9-3 Packers. Packers 12.5.
Hey, look, I had to look at that twice to make sure.
Look, I just had to look at it twice.
So we don't even need to discuss this really. We just go.
I don't think we do.
So. Yeah.
All together, Packers.
Packers.
Monday night game, we got the this is a doozy one. The LA Rams 8-4 taking on the 10-2 Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals, 2.5 points. I'll let you start off, Herman. Who you got in this one?
You know, all I talk about is the Cardinals being the best team in the NFL right now. But when I saw this game line up, the first thing I thought was the Rams, so I'm going with the Rams.
Marcus?
So when we made the picks at the beginning of the season, I called a split. The Cardinals won the first game, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams for this game. Taking the Rams.
Brian?
I disagree with you guys. I like the Cards. I like what they're doing. The Rams are so up and down too. They're wishy-washy. You can't trust them either. Stafford sometimes is lighting it up. The rest of the time he's throwing it to the other team. He thinks he's the Lion again. So give me the Cardinals.
This one was tough for me. I like the way the Rams are playing, but I got to go with my quarterback, and that's Kyler Murray. I'm taking the Cardinals on this one too.
Man, y'all suck.
Man, see,
this is the second week in a row nobody is gonna wear a hat.
I mean, I thought I was gonna be the only one picking the Bengals, honestly, and the Bills. So
I did thought I was gonna be the one picking the Bills.
I don't know. I mean, they're so close. They are so close.
It is, and it just shows that you can't trust nobody.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if the Bengals won, it wouldn't surprise me. Shit, heck, if the Browns won, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because for real, Baltimore's winning, but Baltimore ain't winning pretty.
The biggest surprise would be if the Bears would have somehow beat the Packers. That would be the only shocker on this whole.
That'd be the upset of the week.
I doubt it.
And if the WFT, I ain't gonna put that in the air. Never mind.
I
ain't putting that in the air.
I hate you, bro.
I love you. Hello.
All right, so we're gonna close the show out with the final thoughts. Herman, I'll let you start us off. What's your final thoughts?
My final thought is I am so looking forward to next week's show. But the Bears beat the Packers. Next week's our 100th episode. Wow, that's all I can say. Like, time has flown by. So join us next week for our 100th episode. It'll be a little bit of a longer show, but I think it's due. It's due that that longer show.
Your dog,
my dog, he backs me up on that. He's like, "Hey, watch the show." He's excited. But yeah, everybody stay safe. Again, as always, stay safe out there, and enjoy these holidays coming up with your family. Family time is precious.
Brian?
Yeah, I just want to again thank somebody on the panel for fixing my truck. Finally.
Don't jinx. You ain't got it back yet, so don't jinx it.
But it's there. So thank you very much, Mark.
Hey man, you're welcome. You're welcome as always. I really don't have a final thought really this week, unfortunately. But I'm just gonna agree with Herman. Looking forward to that 100th show that we're gonna do. We're gonna, it's gonna be a party. We're gonna make it a party, man. We're gonna have a DJ. We'll have some fun with it. Look forward to that coming up next week. Marcus, you take us out of here.
Well, I'm just going to go on to what you guys said. Next week is our 100th episode. Please come out and join us. This is a milestone. We've been doing this for 4 years. We do it because we love it. We definitely don't have that many viewers. So that means subscribers.
We like to see ourselves on TV.
Yeah, so basically, we're really doing it for ourselves. We plan on having, try to get some guests on there. Big Red, if you're still listening, we're definitely gonna try to get you on the show next week. A couple other guys from Post.
All of our past guests.
Yeah, we're trying to get all our past guests on the show next week. If you're in the group, I haven't seen anyone respond yet, but I put it in there last week that, or the week before last, that if you leave a post with the hashtag 100 episode, we'll read it out on the show. And if you want to come on, just say you want to come on, and we'll see if we can work it out. Next week, 100.
Yeah, Maury, we need to see you on there next week, Maury.
Celebration.
Yeah, and yes, the DJ is C-Dub.
Yes, we got DJ C-Dub. DJ C-Dub is making the appearance. He will be the next week. We got music. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a celebration.
Celebration.
So please come out and join us. So we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for the 100th episode. Peace. We out.
Peace.